Oh, okay. Today we're going to go through some short division. We're also going to show you, I have a lot of children whose parents don't understand short division because they've only been taught the long division method. And in Sweden we have two ways of teaching long division. One is called trappan, one is called liggande stol. And I'm going to show all three ways and explain why I think that one should use short division whenever you can, because it saves a lot of time. But you can use whichever method you're more comfortable in. Okay, and the division that we're going to do here is 17.99 divided by 0.7. Well, there's a special rule when we're doing division that we can never ever have a decimal point in the denominator. So if you end up with a decimal point in the denominator, we have to get rid of the decimal point by thinking of it as almost like a fraction, and we're going to expand it. Multiply the top and the bottom number by 10. Why do we do that? Well, 10 divided by 10 is 1, so as long as we do the same thing to the top as the bottom, we can do whatever we want. On the top row then, we'd get 179.9 divided by 7. Now we can do the division. We're allowed decimal points on the top, but we're not allowed decimal points on the bottom of the division side. So the numerator can have decimal points, but never the denominator. Okay, now we do our division as though we've got sweets on the top. So we have 179.9 sweets, and we're going to divide them by 7 children, are all going to get to share these sweets. So we do it one step at a time, starting on the left-hand side. The short division method is 7 sevens into 17. How many times does 7 go into 17? Let's write down here so we've got space over here for our liggande stol. 7 times 2 is 14, and we had 17 here. So we'd have 2 sweets each, but 2 sevens are only 14, and we had 17 here. So that means we've got 3 sweets left over. We move those 3 over to the next number, and we now have 39 sweets and still 7 people on the bottom. 39 divided by 7 goes 5 times, because 5 sevens are 35 and we had 39. So 5 sevens are 35 and we had 39. That will give us 4 sweets left over. Before we can divide the next number, because we can see that this 9 here is after the decimal point, we must put the decimal point in our answer as well. Either the decimal point as in UK or a comma as we use in Sweden. And then 7s go into 49 7 times. So we get a final answer here of 25.7. Okay, what is then the stairs method or trappan or long division? Well, it can be drawn different ways. The English way of drawing it is usually like this, where you would put the 7 here and the 0.7, sorry, outside, and the 17.99 inside. But in Sweden they often draw it like a staircase. So we would put the 0.7 here, which we would change. Here again, before we did this division, we'd have to multiply both the numerator and the denominator by 10. So we'll do the same division as we did here in the short division. Divide 179.9 by 7. And we do, so the numerator, the number on the top, is always under the stairs, and the denominator that we're doing the division with is always to the left of the stairs. And then we're actually following a process of 4 steps. We're doing a division, a multiplication, a subtraction, and a move down. And this is how we do long division. Same procedure, time after time. Divide, multiply, subtract, move down. Divide, multiply, subtract, move down. So the first thing we do, 7 into 1 doesn't go. So let's say that we're doing 7 into 17. 17 divided by 7 goes 2 times. Then we do our multiply step. 2 times 7 is 14, and we write the 14 under the 17. So now we've done the divide, then we've also done the multiply step. Now we do the subtraction step. 17 minus 14 gives us 3. Now we've done the subtraction step, we do the move down step. Why do we move down? Because 3 does not divide anymore by 7, but if we put a new number there, the 9, and get this whole new number 39, 39 is divisible by 7. 39 divided by 7 goes 5 times. 5, we've done the divide, let's do the next step, the times. 5 times 7 is 35. Write it under the 39. Move over to the subtraction step. 39 minus 35 is 4. So we're actually doing the same thing as we were doing here in the short division. Just notice that the 4 that's left over here is actually still here in our division. The 3 that was with the 39 is still here in our division, but it's very clear and it's very easy to see each step. Okay, we can't divide 4 by 7, so we've done our subtraction step. We now do our next step, which is to move down the 9. Pardon me. Now we have 7 into 49. Before we do that step, we have to notice that there's a decimal point here. So we put the decimal point and then 7's into 49. Go 9 times. 7 sevens are 49, sorry. 49 divided by 7 is 7. So we get the answer again, 25.7, just as we were expecting. The similarities here between the short division method and the long division method, you can see that we're getting exactly the same numbers. Here we started with 17, divided that. The next number we divided was 39. Here we divided 39. We got the 4 left over, and the next number we divided was 49. So we're doing the same sort of thing. And the final method in Sweden, that they actually write the division a different way, where they write it as a horizontal chair. If you look at the chair, if we turn that round the other way, it's like a chair on its side. And this is another method that they use to show short division. Here we write the 7, and here we write the 179.9, and we basically do the same thing. 7's in, and we've got all of the steps again that we had before. First divide, then multiply, then subtract, then move down. Divide, multiply, subtract, move down. 17 divided by 7 goes 2 times. The answer goes on the top line again. 2 times 7, think of this, multiply, 2 times 7 is 14, write it under there. 17 minus 14 is 3. Move the 9 down. Then we have 7's into 39, go 5 times. 5 times 7, the next step, is 35. Subtract 39 from 35, giving us 4. Decimal point in the same place before we move the 9 down. And 7's into 7, go 49. 49 divided by 7 goes 7 times. So we should really, and I forgot to do that here, we should actually finish this off to make sure that we've actually got nothing left over. 7 sevens are 49. The final subtraction showing us that we've actually finished is 49 minus 49 is 0, and we should have done that here as well. 49, 7 sevens are 49, subtract here and 0. And if we hadn't got 0 here, we would just have carried on bringing down decimal zeros and carry on our multiplication until we got to 2 or 3 or 4 decimal places, depending on how many decimal places we were supposed to answer the question to. But here you can see the similarities between short division, the method called the stair method of long division, or the lying horizontal stool method, also a different method of long division. And they're actually very similar to one another, but the short division method can actually save a lot of time. Good luck.